Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for dropping by this channel. A warm welcome to anyone who's new to this channel. A warm welcome to anyone who's new to Bruno Gröning, which this channel is dedicated to the life, work, and teachings of in my view, a very powerful and pure spiritual teacher named Bruno Gröning. And of course, a warm welcome back to any regular viewers. So one thing that Bruno Gröning said that was very interesting, or at least interesting to me anyway, was that this life here on earth is a school. That we're literally here to learn. Now, what are we here to learn? Well, that's going to be a little bit different for each person. Each person is going to have individual lessons and habits to overcome. And of course, there's some universal lessons, such as faith, staying connected to the divine, learning to watch our thoughts. And one of the ways that Bruno Gröning suggested that we can use, I don't know if use is the right word, but that we could make use of our time here on earth is at the end of each day to reflect on the day, to literally run the day through our minds. I have a slightly humorous example of how I put this teaching into practice. So with the particular detergent I'm using, it says to put the detergent in before the clothes. You're supposed to pour the liquid in and then put the clothes in. Well, I've been doing it the wrong way for years, put the clothes in first and then, hi Jisoo, and then put the detergent in. So I was like, wow, I didn't know that. It was quite shocking to me because it literally, like my whole life, I've been putting the clothes in and then pouring the detergent on top. And maybe that's how you're supposed to do it with all detergents. I don't know. Hi Luna. But so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to pour the detergent. Next time I'm going to pour the detergent in first and then I'll put the clothes in. Well, the next time I did my laundry, I forgot about that. And then the next time I did my laundry, I forgot about it. And then the next time I put my clothes in, I pour, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to pour first. Okay, next time. Well, the next time I remembered after I put my clothes in. I was like, okay, next time. It literally took me about 10 times to break that habit. And I still sometimes forget because I've been doing it this other way for 20 plus years. So this is a very silly and minor example, but it highlights what Bruno Gröning talked about. He called it the force of habit. And in observing myself, what I've noticed is that a lot of the way I was living my life was just the way I'd been living my life. That I wasn't really living. I was just following what I had done the day before, the week, month, the year. That in essence, I was just following a routine. So I invite people to observe themselves. And then at the end of the day, to reflect on the things that they did during that day. And it began to wake me up to the fact that I was living based on a routine. And so I still notice and catch myself in all sorts of little ways and sometimes big ways. It's like when we're doing something out of habit, we're not even really aware. It's like I'm just running on autopilot. But that's not necessarily living. That's not really living. That's just following. It's like a record. A record has grooves in it, and that's just following the grooves, right? Whereas in my understanding of the spiritual life is it's about moment by moment feeling into and coming to know what the next right thing to do is, and then doing it. And of course, this can be much more significant. We think of relationships. There was one friend who I just had this habit of trying to be a caretaker towards her. And in my nighttime review, I finally noticed it. It wasn't big things, but it was little things of like trying to take care of her, and I finally caught it. And I said, okay, I'm not her parent, I'm her friend. And so now whenever I interact with this person, I remind myself, because it's a very strong habit. I assume it's from past life history. Like, okay, we're just friends. I'm not responsible for this person. And so some of the habits we have, not so big. Is it a big deal whether I put my clothes or laundry detergent in first? Probably not. But it is a big deal. But some habits are not so mild, such as caretaking other people, or that person who always pushes my buttons, and I get triggered around. So we have a little background noise that's about to come by, but that's perfect time. I was just about to say, let's sit in silence for a little bit. So I wish everyone a beautiful day, and then deep reflection at nighttime about the day, so we can become aware of these habits and break free. Take care, angels. Big love.